Dome for Major Soccer League action this evening. The Dallas Sidekicks and the Tacoma Stars ready to go at it. Billy Phillips and his team from down in the southwest part of the country turned on a virtual eruption of goals back in early December to beat the Stars with an outburst of 5 in the final period. And that sort of saddened Keith Weller of the Tacoma club. But then, only a few days ago in Dallas, led by Mike Dowler, the Stars won a 3-2 overtime game, and Dowler, with some great stops, was named the league's Defensive Player of the Week for that effort. It is the Dallas Sidekicks and the Tacoma Stars Major Soccer League action coming up next on Prime Sports Northwest. From the Tacoma Dome here in Tacoma, Washington, tonight it's Major Soccer League action. Professional action involving the Dallas Sidekicks visiting the Tacoma Stars. Two teams that have gotten together often in the past, and every time they do, expect the unexpected. These two ball clubs can come up with big scoring games or tight defensive struggles, but always entertaining, hotly contested professional soccer matches. Hello again, soccer fans. This is Bob Robertson from the Tacoma Dome. Tonight, the Dallas Sidekicks come a-calling. They are 12-10 in the league standings, a couple of notches ahead of Tacoma. The Stars, however, are just one victory away from getting themselves into the playoff picture. San Diego leading now with a 12-6 record. Wichita in second place. Dallas, playing here tonight, is 12-10. Then Baltimore 10-11. And the Tacoma Stars, with a win tonight, project themselves right into the playoff picture. St. Louis and Cleveland round out the standings at the present time. Tonight, it'll be a matchup between superstar Dale Mitchell of the Tacoma Stars. He leads his team with 28 goals and 41 points so far this season. Mitchell, who has come on strong in this return season in Tacoma. He has come back after a couple of years' absence, and he has done just a superb job for the Tacoma Stars. Mitchell has had several hat tricks during the course of the year, and he has been several times named the Offensive Player of the Week in the Major Soccer League. Dale Mitchell of the Tacoma Stars, outstanding performer. On the other side, a support role player, maybe a key man. His name is Richard Chinapoo. He's a native of Trinidad, and just last Friday versus Baltimore turned in his second hat trick of the season. He's not a big goal scorer usually, only 17 for the year, but 2 hat tricks for the season indicates that when he gets going, when he gets on a roll, Chinapoo knows where the goal is. So tonight, with Richard Chinapoo on one side in support of the superstar tattoo and Dale Mitchell leading away for the Tacoma Stars, we look for a dandy in the Tacoma Dome. It's Major Soccer League action. The Tacoma Stars, the Dallas Sidekicks, and it's all coming up right after timeout here on Prime Sports Northwest. In addition to their goalkeeper, with people like Troy Snyder, they have Mike Yeremovich, Jan Goosens, David Doyle, and Nick Stavro. The Tacoma Stars will start out with Sean Medved, Ralph Black, Eddie Radwanski, Freddie Thompson, and Carl Valentine as the outfield players. And, of course, the goalkeeping will be an important part of tonight's matchup as well between these two clubs, the Dallas Sidekicks and the Tacoma Stars, here at the Tacoma Dome. Joey Papaleo will get the starting assignment in goal for the visitors from down in Big D. Joey in 17 games this year, 11 wins and 6 losses, and a .493 goals against average. Very good numbers. And, of course, Gordon Jago on the bench for the visiting Dallas Sidekicks. The head coach, Billy Phillips, there with him, is his #1 assistant and has served as head coach of this team as well, while Gordon Jago is in the front office. Mike Dowler is the Defensive Player of the Week in the Major Soccer League after an outstanding performance against Dallas on the 11th of this month. 18 games, starting all but one of the Stars games this year. He has won 7 and lost 10. Outstanding goals against average, and Mike Dowler will be in goal for the Tacoma Stars, coached by Keith Weller. Keith Weller, incidentally, with all the firings and movement of professional coaches in the Pacific Northwest and other sports, is now the senior coach in professional sports in the Pacific Northwest. Keith Weller of the Tacoma. Well, look at this. Here's Hillary Powell. Hillary, who's all dressed up in her star outfit tonight, becoming world famous, is Al Meyer's grandchild. And one of these days, if Hillary's looks have anything to do with it, Al Meyer will be known as Hillary Powell's granddad. So there's Hillary Powell on hand for tonight's game. Dallas leads the all-time series between these two clubs 24-19. This season, Dallas leads 3-2. And if Hillary has her way, then everything will get turned around here tonight. And we are underway. The game has started. Dallas kicks the ball off into play, and it's immediately kicked right back up into the seats across the way beyond the players' benches. And we are started. The Dallas Sidekicks in their green jerseys, white shorts, green stockings. Stars, Ralph Black there on your television screens in the white home jerseys, the blue shorts, and the white stockings. Tacoma Stars and the Dallas Sidekicks. Streaks for Dallas this year. They won their first 4 games of the year. Then they went 2-6. Then they came back and won 5 in a row. And now they're 1-4 in their latest streak. Here's the ball out in front of the Tacoma goal, but broken up by Valentine, who clears it away up the right boards to midfield. Mike Uremovich runs on for the Dallas Sidekicks and plays it back to Papaleo in the goal down at the west end of the building here. Dallas Sidekicks. Smith back out into the midfield area. Tattoo is now on for his first appearance in the match. The leading scorer for the Dallas Sidekicks. Drops the ball back on the red line. Got it back to Smith. Down it goes to Tattoo in the right corner. Got a shot, scored! Tattoo from out on the right side at a sharp angle. And very quickly, the Dallas Sidekicks are out in front. And Tattoo, who is no stranger to scoring goals, gets his 30th of the season. He came up over the top of Joey Waters' defensive effort, got the ball just under the attempted check there by Sean Medved, number 11, and slid it on into the back of the net for the goal. Outstanding play by Tattoo, his 30th goal of the season. And early in this game, at the 59-second mark, the Dallas Sidekicks have taken the lead over the Tacoma Stars here in the Tacoma Dome. Many of the fans not even settled down in their seats yet when the first goal came. Now Valentine with the ball following the kickoff for Tacoma. Up along the left side to Gary Heel. Back to Valentine again. Carl will push on back to Ralph Black, number 12, the veteran defender. Black, the left-footed drive down into the right-hand corner. Headed back out in front. That ball going to be intercepted by Richard Chinapoo. Chinapoo up along the left boards now for the Dallas Sidekicks to David File. File drops it back to the defense. They'll bring it back McLeod to midfield. And it's Dallas's ball now to Troy Snyder. Long ball down the right side. They'll play that one off the boards down in the corner to Jan Goosens. Chipped up in the air and grabbed there. Here's the ball quickly put in play. Black down the right side for Valentine. Tried to take it out in front. Pushed it over Radwanski. Shoots, scores! Radwanski. And it's 1-1 as Radwanski scores for Tacoma. He got that ball out of the upper left corner of the penalty area and zipped it in. And scores at the 4-minute and 25-second mark. Eddie Radwanski. It was Carl Valentine who just flicked it out there to the top left corner, and Radwanski kept it down low and beat Papaleo for the goal. So Valentine will get the assist. Radwanski gets the goal, and the Tacoma Stars are on the board. It's 1-1. That is goal number 8 for the season for Eddie. Now they'll spot the ball for the goal kick. Tattoo with 30 goals. That was his 30th he got earlier tonight. He also has 25 assists and 55 points. With David Doyle, he shares the Dallas team lead in game-winning goals with 3. All right, here we go. And Dowler is out like a 6th attacker, playing the ball up the right boards now to Valentine at the front end. Valentine ahead to Gary Heel. Heel got turned at the red line, teed it up. There's a shot off the boards. Valentine in front, and Papaleo drops on the ball. Papaleo, like he was going to hatch it that time, dropped on the ball and sat on it. Then Dallas finally clears it out of there up the left side to Richard Chinapoo. Down to the left-hand corner to Goosens. Goosens back out in front. A shot that is over everything. Nick Stavru with the shot, as Freddie Thompson came sliding after him, but they rule corner kick on this one coming up. Here's another look at the shot as Papaleo watched it come off the boards. Valentine then rolled it under him, tried to get back at it, but Papaleo was down on top of the ball that time, and there's no way that was going anywhere. 1 minute and 28 seconds remain in the first quarter. 1-1 tie game here at the Tacoma Dome tonight. The Tacoma Stars and the Dallas Sidekicks. Carl Valentine on the bench for the Stars now, looking on after coming so close. There's Goosens with a shot across in front. Tattoo back on the left side of the ball. Way back out front to Chinapoo at the red line. Drives it. It's blocked in front by the defense. Knocked down that time by Mark Harpin. Here come the Stars. Ball to midfield. Eddie Radwanski trying to get by Tattoo. Got an elbow in the mouth for his trouble. And the ball goes back to the goalkeeper. Papaleo leaves it off for Richard Chinapoo. Eddie Radwanski took a pretty good belt from Tattoo that time. But wherever Tattoo goes, Radwanski goes right with him. Tattoo's going to his team bench. It looked like Radwanski might go through the gate with him. Here's Ralph Black with the ball. Black coming forward now. Turns in midfield. Radwanski remains on. Stars going to make a player change. Ball to the left side now to Nicky Ristic, who's on again. Ristic sets the ball up, backs away, taps it over to Dale Mitchell. Mitchell sporting a beard now. Here's the pass ahead, intercepted by David Doyle. Here comes Doyle right back on the attack for the Dallas Sidekicks in this 1-1 game. Just over half a minute to go in the first period. Chinapoo at midfield out of the circle. Chinapoo sends it deep on the right side for Goosens off the boards. Goosens in front for Doyle, but he couldn't get a good clear shot. Radwanski had him tied up. Ball cleared away by Greg Ian. Kicked right back in now by Wes McLeod. Ian will head it back to the keeper with 20 seconds to go. Here's the throw to the left side, going to Dale Mitchell, got a bump. Ball picked up now coming off the bench by Jeff August. August to Doyle, back to McLeod, down the right side. August on the run, but the ball goes through and is gathered by Dowler. Long throw to the right side with 5 seconds to go in the period. Here's a shot in front, and down goes Papaleo as Dale Mitchell was right there. Gabarra rifled the ball across in front. Mitchell was there to one-time it, and the goalkeeper Papaleo dropped on the ball for an outstanding save, and we come to the end of the first quarter. At the end of one period of play, as the Stars come just this close on the final tick of the clock in the period, it is Tacoma 1 and Dallas 1, and we will be back after we take time out on your Tacoma Stars soccer side. Dallas Sidekicks get ready to go. Jeff Agus, young man out there for the Dallas team. He's 1 year in the league. He's a USA citizen. 5'10", 175-pounder, and Mike Jeremovich, who's been around a bit more than that, Canadian citizen, 8 years in the Major Soccer League and sometime playing outdoor soccer in the United States before that, a 6', 175-pounder. So Mike Jeremovich perhaps passing on a little bit of the lore that he has gained in these years of soccer. And Gary Heel, one of the best of the Tacoma Stars and one of the best liked of the Tacoma Stars. The guy's been around here for a long time. He was with the Stars back in their original days, the glory days, if you will, and then was gone, as will happen to you in professional sports, but came back because he wanted to live here. All right, here we go. The ball goes to Heel as we get the second quarter underway in a 1-1 tie game. Heel back to Ralph Black. Ralphie sends it left-footed down the left side, headed back out by Jeff Agus. Ball goes to Troy Snyder, back to Agus on the right side. He and Jeremovich, the starting defensive tandem for the Dallas Sidekicks. Jeremovich working the ball out over the red line now from his own zone. Slow movement upfield. Challenged there by Gary Heel. Kicks the ball down the right side. Got it to David Doyle, but Doyle had trouble with it. Played back to Snyder. Snyder to Doyle. Tried to wall pass it. Did to Doyle. Got it across in front to Snyder. Got it across in front, but missed everything. Ball out to the red line. Gary Heel there for the moment. Jeremovich poked it away from him. Heel still after it. Clear right side of the box, and Jeremovich broke that one up. Mitchell got it back. Out in front. Shot. Papaleo saved it. Scored on Gabarra. Gabarra scored it. Mitchell got the ball in front to Greg Ian, who tried to slam it home. Papaleo made a fine save, but left the loose ball on the turf. And Jim Gabarra scores for the Tacoma Stars. And Tacoma goes out in front. 8th goal of the year for Jim Gabarra. And I would imagine Greg Ian will get the assist on that one. Mitchell went in along the boards, got it out in front. Ian got a shot. Papaleo made the save but couldn't hold it. And Gabarra kicked in the loose ball. So the Stars take a 2-1 lead here in the game. That one coming at 7 minutes, 32 seconds of the period. We have a timeout called on the playing field here at the Tacoma Dome as the Stars get the lead on Gabarra's 8th goal of the year. We'll take a timeout in mid-second quarter. Timeout on your Tacoma Stars soccer line. Going left, drives a shot, deflected by the defense. Ball came all the way to the boards on the attacking left side. Valentine ran it down. Valentine into the corner. Mitchell put it out. Valentine shoots. Score! Tacoma has the lead. Carl Valentine got the goal that time for the Tacoma Stars from Dale Mitchell. Valentine, his 6th goal of the year. Carl, of course, big in the assist department, but coming through with a big goal that time as they put it across the goal mouth and into the far corner. The Stars setting it up down in the left corner. Mitchell flicked it around the defender, Wes McLeod, as Mitchell and Valentine sort of victimize a very good personal friend and teammate of theirs. And yes, every day is Valentine's Day, as the sign says here. My goodness, it's a rough-looking Valentine's Day. Looks like a Chicago Valentine's Day sign is what it looks like. We've got another timeout called on the field, but we'll stay right here on this one. Dale Mitchell getting the assist on that goal, his 14th assist of the year, as Carl Valentine gets goal number 6. And the time of the goal, 8 minutes and 57 seconds. The Tacoma Stars going out in front now by a 3-1 score over the Dallas Sidekicks. Keith Weller talking to his team on the bench. Mitchell, with 28 goals, leads in that department. Carl Valentine, who scored on the assist to Mitchell, has 19 assists and leads in that department. So they just kind of flip-flopped in the scoring procedures. Most points, Mitchell 41. Heel and Mitchell 2 game-winning goals apiece. And Mark Harpin has blocked 36 shots in front of the Tacoma goal. Well, Mike Dowler hard at work. There have been some excellent saves in this game. Here's one by Dowler on a hard, low shot through a crowd by Richard Chinapoo. And Iron Mike Dowler came up with that one to, at that point, keep the Stars in a 1-1 tie game. But Stars shortly after that went ahead 2-1 and now have made it 3-1. Oh, Mike Dowler getting the job done in the nets for the Stars. And now the Dallas Sidekicks will boot the ball in. Left side to Smith. Out in front it goes Goossens. Turn shot. Score! Jan Goossens from right out in front. It is a 3-2 game as Jan Goossens scores for the Dallas Sidekicks. So Goossens gets the goal. And for Jan, that is goal number 7 for the season. Veteran Jan Goossens, who had had one quick turn blocked by Dale Mitchell, got the turn that time, got it by Rustic, and under the goalkeeper, Mike Dowler. And so the score becomes 3-2. Good effort that time by Jan Goossens. The years of experience teaching him that quick turn and that snap shot. Jan Goossens on the bench now for a breather for the Dallas Sidekicks. 3-2. And here's the ball downfield, and Jeremovich trying to break that up. Gabara almost got it by him. Jeremovich runs it down. Gabara battles him. Jeremovich along the boards. We get a foul. Kevin Smith back to Chinapoo on the right. Richard Chinapoo works his way over the red line very slowly. Faced off there by veteran Joey Waters. Now the ball against the boards. Chinapoo trying to drive it in. That's blocked by Megson. Sent back by McLeod for Tattoo in the right corner. Nice move by Tattoo, but he's smothered as he tried to get the ball out in front. Got it down there, drives it along the boards, and is grabbed right up against the post by Mike Dowler. Dowler almost grabbed now by Kevin Smith. Foul on Smith. Smith draws the foul. David Doyle about ready to return to the field now following the penalty. Dowler had the ball in the penalty area, started to clear it, and Kevin Smith just kind of reached around him that time. Didn't really get a hold of him, but he was impeding his progress, and that drew the foul. So now Dowler will put the ball in play from back at his own end of the field up to Gabara on the left boards. Back to Carl Valentine for Tacoma. Stripped clear by David File. File to Tattoo to File to the left side to Kevin Smith. And here comes Dallas once again. Smith over to the right boards, goes the pass now to Jeff Agus. Agus sets it up, plays it back with just under a minute to play. Jeremovich to the left side to David File, back to Mike Jeremovich. Over to Jeff Agus, number 12. Pass up the middle now for Tattoo. Radwanski ran right through him, took the ball. Here comes Eddie. Over the red line, Radwanski, right side, Gabara. Gabara drives it off the glass. Back into the corner it goes. Chinapoo down, kicked it away, but Radwanski races to the ball. Back to Valentine. Valentine eludes a double team, tries to bring the ball out in the middle, got knocked over by Kevin Smith that time. Valentine back up. They really go after each other now. And here's Joey Waters, got a piece of the ball, but Smith got it by him down the left side. Smith at the red line, drops it back for Tattoo. Tattoo coming to the red line in the middle now. He goes right, slide tackle by Waters, knocked it away. 12 seconds to go in the half. Ball goes to the glass on the far side and over and out of play. And the Tacoma Stars will have possession with 10 seconds to go. Agus kicking the ball out of play as Keith Weller, hands on hips, watches the action from the Tacoma Stars bench. And both teams will make player changes now for the final seconds of the first half. 10 seconds remaining to play in the half. Stars 3, Dallas 2 here at the Tacoma Dome tonight in Major Soccer League action. Ball spotted for Eddie Radwanski. Eddie waiting for the whistle. There it is. Horace Cabriccian, the referee. Here's the ball back to Dowler now. Stars have 8 seconds. Dowler, long throw downfield for Gary Heel. Heads it on through. It'll be run down back there by defender Mike Powers, making a rare appearance in this game, who kicks it down the field. And at that point, the first half comes to an end. And at the end of the first half of tonight's Major Soccer League action here at the Tacoma Dome, the score, as Gordon Jago gathers up his note cards and heads for the locker room, the score at the end of the first half here tonight, the Tacoma Stars 3 and the Dallas Sidekicks 2. And we will be back to recap how the goals were scored, talk about statistics and what's ahead for the Stars in Major Soccer League action. We'll do all of that here at halftime after we take time out on your Tacoma Stars Soccer Field. for the second half of action here tonight in Major Soccer League play. And now here come the Tacoma Stars. Teams are back on. We're moments away from the start of the second half. It was a hard-running first half, one in which there were some bodies bouncing on the turf here. Eddie Radwanski got a belt from Tattoo in the mouth. There were a couple of folks went down hard in the corners and were slow getting up. Then there were a couple of near altercations at midfield. Gary Heel walking across to the Tacoma Stars bench right now. Gary with 17 goals and 5 assists for the year in the 17 games he has played. Tacoma Stars, so far, Mike Dowler has played in all, he's been in 18 of the 19 games so far. The players who have put in some actual playing time in all 19 games are Carl Valentine, Freddie Thompson, Greg Ian, Eddie Radwanski, Dale Mitchell, and Sean Medved. Those players for the Tacoma Stars have actually appeared in action in all 19 games played so far by the Stars. And, of course, this is game number 20 for the Tacoma Stars tonight. The Dallas Sidekicks have not played quite that many games. The Dallas Sidekicks reaching their 18th game with tonight's contest. No, check that. Dallas is beyond that. They're playing 23 tonight. So the Dallas Sidekicks with 23. Players who have played 22 games so far for Dallas: Tattoo, Kevin Smith, David Doyle, Mike Yuremovich. Those players have appeared in all the games. Joe Papaleo in the light purple jersey with blue trim. Mark Carpin with Keith Weller. Weller checking his lineups and his alignments now, how he will match up as the second half gets underway and the Stars leading. On the bench there in the background, Stars trainer Dave Andrews. And the team's ready on the field now. Well, not quite all ready. We don't have a goalkeeper. Papaleo for the Dallas Sidekicks is missing at the moment. Here he comes off the bench. Chance to check the first half stats. Tacoma leading 3-2 in goals. Dallas leading in shots 17-14. Goalkeeper saves, Papaleo $6.05. Block shots 10 by Tacoma, 5 by Dallas. And the fouls 5 against Dallas, 3 against Tacoma. And Dallas had the 1 penalty for dissent. 3-2. Tacoma leads. And now we are ready for the second half. Torres Cabriccian, the senior official, moving people around once the gates closed at the benches now. And the ball kicked into play by Dallas. Yuremovich ahead in midfield to Troy Snyder. Back it goes again. Stavro to Yuremovich. Long ball down the left side to Jan Goossens in the corner. Marked by Megson. Tried to send it across in front. Megson blocked it. Stavro along the boards with Freddie Thompson for the Tacoma Stars. Stavro back in midfield to Mike Yuremovich. Ahead goes the pass now. Goossens turned for the shot. Megson blocked that. The rebound driven goalward by David Doyle. Rebounds out into midfield. Troy Snyder runs onto that. Dallas continuing the pressure here at the start of the second half. Megson broke up the play. Megson goes down but got control of the ball to Sean Medved. Medved to Valentine, and now the Stars have the ball at their own. Drives one, but is blocked by Mike Powers, and then Shinapu steers it back to the goalkeeper, and Papaleo has it. Papaleo will put it down, kick the ball long across midfield. Goossens back heads it on through into the right corner. Megson goes back after it there. Neil Megson going to get double teamed there as Powers goes in, and we have a whistle and a foul called as Meggie was pulled down from behind, that time by Goossens. Quick restart by the Stars with 33 seconds to go in the third period. Up ahead to Gary Heel. Heel back out into the middle to Valentine. Tried to take it through, and Troy Snyder broke it up. Snyder got the ball over to the boards to Yuremovich. Up the left side it goes to Doyle. Doyle to Goossens. Back out in the middle. Shot off the post by Snyder. Then Dowler gathers up the loose ball in the area. Throws out to Mitchell on the right. Mitchell steers it down the right boards for Valentine. 10 seconds. Valentine into the right corner off the glass. Deflected, knocked into the air by Papaleo, and he volleys it back into midfield. Ball taken now by Smith, and that's it. The third quarter is over. That is the end of the third period here at the Tacoma Dome. No scoring in the third quarter of play as Keith Weller prepares to give his team a pep talk getting ready for the final period. And with 1 period to go, Tattoo and the Dallas Sidekicks against the Tacoma Stars. Our score here at the Tacoma Dome, Tacoma 3, Dallas 2. Back for the final period after we take time out on your Tacoma Stars Soccer Out of Tattoo, coming back to meet the ball, drops it off on the left boards for Smith, back out in the middle, Agus, up to the red line, over to the right, Jeremovich going to drive it in front, goes all the way through, driven back and score from the left corner by Kevin Smith. Smith out of the left corner scores that one, and Dallas has tied the game at 3-3. Smith scoring at the 6:15 mark of the third period of this game. 18th goal of the year for Kevin Smith of the Dallas Sidekicks. He was down in the left-hand corner. That ball went through off heads. He hit it on a full volley. They never allowed it to come down, touch anything. That ball was up above his knee level, and he just went up and hit it on a full volley and drove it in for the goal that ties the match at 3-3 with 8:45 remaining to play in the game. So now the Stars, if they want to get the win here, have to really go to work. Dallas, a team that the last time they played here scored 5 goals in the final period to win 6-4. Here's Mitchell, but he had the ball knocked away as he brought it into the attacking zone and kicked. Stars trying to rebuild the attack, find some open spaces. Radwanski down the left side to Medved. Medved just inside the red line, back out to Radwanski, way back on the right side to Karpin. Karpin stops it over to Radwanski again near the center circle. Now Radwanski, little hop and skip. Left-footed pass back on the right side to Karpin, down the right boards to Ian, back to Karpin, give and go. Trying to go on through, knocked 2 men down. Gabara scores! Gabara picked up the loose ball. Karpin made the play. He tried to split the defense. He knocked 2 defenders over backwards. They cleared the ball out, but there was no defender to pursue it. And Gabara ran on and hit it from just outside the penalty arc and sizzled it through to score. Jim Gabara. And the 9th goal of the season for Gabara, 2nd of this game. But it was Karpin who was trying to split the defense, knocked 2 men over. The ball came loose, and Gabara really whistled it just out of the reach of Papaleo. So Gabara the goal, and for the Tacoma Stars, a 4-3 lead that comes at the 12:40 mark of the final period. Is Gabara happy? You tell me as you look at that face. Jimmy Gabara, who picks up his 9th of the season, his 2nd of the game here at the Tacoma Dome tonight. So the Stars are out in front now, and now time will run in the Stars' favor as we have 2:20. Mark Karpin does get the assist on that as he took the ball to the defense and picked up his 6th assist. And now Dallas will go to the 6th attacker. Dallas, 6th attacker with 2:20 to go. Kevin Smith will don the yellow shirt. Kevin Smith, the 6th attacker. Tattoo, Chinapu at midfield. Over to Smith on the left side. No goalkeeper now. Chinapu forward, red line down the right side. Left it for Tattoo. Tattoo back to Kevin Smith. To Tattoo again, right side Chinapu. Chinapu to the left corner. Agus chests it back to Smith. Back down to Agus, out in front for a shot that is off the glass by Goosens. Cleared out over the red line. Agus got it back out in midfield. Chinapu, 1:44 to go. Tattoo now on the right boards. Tattoo marked by Karpin. Across to the left side to Kevin Smith. Ball got away, rolled back into midfield again. Back it goes to Chinapu. Chinapu with the ball down the right side. Tattoo right at the red line on the right boards. Karpin there with him. Down the right side, Doyle. Back out in the middle, Chinapu shot. Blocked in front. Ball came off. Goosens and rolled away. Loose ball out in front. Cleared down the field by Radwanski. Down went Radwanski. Smith, the 6th attacker, back to gather the ball. 1:12 to go in the game now. Down the right side, Tattoo. Drives it across in front. Nobody home. That ball went all the way through, back out on the left side. Here's a shot. Smith, and Dowler grabs that one chest high. 1 minute to go. Stars lead at 4-3. Timeout Tacoma. Mike Dowler requesting a timeout. 57 seconds remain in regulation time, and the Stars have the lead here by a score of 4-3 over the Dallas Sidekicks. Standing ovation for the Tacoma Stars here in the Dome with 57 seconds to go. The 6th attacker, Kevin Smith, driving that ball. Right there with his foot up is Jan Goosens. Ball gathered in front of him by Mike Dowler. Dowler with his vision of the ball partially obscured as Goosen's got a boot up right in front of him. The Stars still lead by a 4-3 score. Next action for the Stars at home will be on Friday, January 24th. That's this coming Friday. And the Wichita Wings will be here. Wichita coming into play tonight, 11-7, and in a virtual tie for first place with San Diego. Stars in their blue and white home outfits gathered around Coach Keith Weller. Weller, as I pointed out, with a change of coaching at the Seattle Supersonics to go along with the Seattle Mariners and the Seattle Seahawks, is the senior coach or manager of a professional team in the area. As a matter of fact, it goes beyond the major league teams because both the Tacoma Tigers of the AAA Pacific Coast League and the Everett Giants of the Class A Northwest League also have new managers coming up this summer. So Keith Weller, far and away, is the senior coach right now. San Diego has beaten Baltimore tonight by a score of 6-3. And so if the Tacoma Stars hold on and win here, they will be all by themselves in fourth place. The Stars will be in the playoff picture if they hold on and win in this match. The sixth attacker, Kevin Smith, is now backed into his goal mouth as play will be restarted at the Tacoma end. In the penalty area, he has the privileges of the goalkeeper. He can handle the ball back there, but he also comes forward. Ball put in play. And Dowler retreats, the clock runs. Here's a long throw across midfield. Gary Heel heads it on through. Smith will kick it back to midfield. Agus stopped it. His pass out, intercepted by Mitchell, but Agus got it back. Here comes Carpin forward. Took it around a man. A shot blocked by the defense. Agus blocked that one. Fine play by the Stars that time by Mark Carpin. And the ball sent back into the Stars end. Dowler, 30 seconds to go, half a minute. Carpin heads the ball to Heel, heads it to Mitchell on the right wing. Mitch going to draw it back. He doesn't need to score, just has to keep it from getting down in his end of the field. But here comes David Doyle. 18 seconds to go. Shot on the glass and over the top. And the Stars have a goal kick coming with 15 seconds remaining. 1/4 of 1 minute remaining to play. Doyle brought it in, unleashed a shot that just kept climbing. He wanted to dip that ball. He wanted to put some overspin on it and let it dive into the roof of the net. He didn't get enough on the ball at the glass and went over, and the Stars will have a goal kick. 15 seconds to play in the game. Ready now. Ball spotted in front of the Tacoma Stars goal. Ristic for the goal kick, sends it high. The clock starts running. Gary Heel heads it on through. Smith with 9 seconds has the ball at the back. Long drive downfield again. Goes all the way through. Dowler coming out of the goal. Kicked it against the glass. Ball loose. Carpin lobs it in the air. The Stars win. This one is all over. And the Tacoma Stars have held on to win and move into fourth place in the Major Soccer League standings. Keith Weller, Gordon Jago, the coaches shaking hands. And the Tacoma Stars have won it as they score at the 12:40 mark, 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game to break a 3-all tie. Jim Gabarra with Mark Carpin getting the assist, and Tacoma wins this one. Handshakes all around by the players. Hard-fought game, and nothing but respect for the opponents at the end of this match. The final score here at the Tacoma Dome tonight. The Tacoma Stars 4, the Dallas Sidekicks 3. The Stars climb to fourth place in the Major Soccer League standings. And I'll be back to recap it for you after we take time out on this Tacoma Stars soccer simulcast.